Rio Ferdinand defends Newcastle owner Mike Ashley in heated debate with Jake Humphrey. Rio Ferdinand believes Newcastle supporters should be thanking owner Mike Ashley for all that he has done for the club. The former Manchester United defender and BT Sport pundit was questioned by host Jake Humphrey on his relationships with Ashley and the Magpies faithful. Before going on to defend billionaire retail entrepreneur, Ferdinand insisted that his stance on the matter had nothing to do with his business dealings with Sports Direct, the sports retail company owned by Ashley. Before Newcastle's game with Chelsea on Saturday evening, Ferdinand claimed that he understands why Ashley is trying to sell the club and that he shouldn't put any more money into the club. Newcastle are a yo-yo club, Ferdinand told BT Sport. Ashley, doesn't want to do that anymore. He's been there, done that and move on. What's the problem? He wants to sell the club. Why should he go and spend millions of pounds? The retired centre-back also pointed to how Ashley spent millions to get them back in the Premier League before spending £60 million more on a striker and midfielder. He spent £30 million on a striker, £30 million on a midfielder, as he is trying to sell the club. Both of them get injured. £60 million down the drain. Would you do that? While Humphrey played the role of devil's advocate, Ferdinand would not be swayed on his opinion, an issue he has been criticized for defending in the past. Ferdinand then insisted that the fans should be thanking Ashley for the appointment of Rafa Benitez. You look down the road, last season or whatever, Sunderland spent £1.2 million to get in the Championship, Ferdinand continued. He's done that to get them back up, and by the way, please say thank you for getting Rafa Benitez and because by rights, they're lucky to have him. Jake Humphrey, I don't think you have too much sympathy with Newcastle fans, and actually what a lot of them tell me is that you have an opinion of the club because you sell a lot of your merchandise through Mike Ashley's stores. Let's just clear that up for a start. Rio Ferdinand, I don't even know him really well. I will get to know him. My issue is, it's got nothing to do with my business dealings that I have with his company. I just think when they went down, he spent £50-odd million to get them back up. Yep. RF, with his own money. Yep. RF, thank you, that should be. Wasn't it Newcastle's money? They generated it. RF, he's the owner. Also, that's the club's money. RF, you look down the road, last season or whatever, Sunderland spent £1.2 million to get in the Championship. He's done that to get them back up, and by the way, please say thank you for getting Rafa Benitez and because by rights, they're lucky to have him. Well, I think it was Rafa Benitez that approached Newcastle for the manager's position. RF, doesn't matter. He still got him. Since they got promoted, Brighton have spent £100 million, Huddersfield £72 million, Newcastle £6 million. In that time, Premier League revenue income of £150 million. RF, Newcastle are a yo-yo club. But why do they need to be a yo-yo club? Huge fan base, huge potential. Proper investment and they won't be a yo-yo club. RF, yeah, but Ashley, doesn't want to do that anymore. He's been there, done that and move on. What's the problem? He wants to sell the club. Why should he go and spend millions of pounds? Spend £30 million on a striker, £30 million on a midfielder, as he is trying to sell the club, both of them get injured. £60 million down the drain. Would you do that? Before I sell my house, I might do it up to make it look good, yeah. RF, well that's going to cost you a couple of grand, it's not going to cost you £60 million, is it? He might get that money back when he sells the club. RF, he might. The club has a value. RF, he might. £60 million. You can't say he might.